Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we have a brand new pick a card reading, but before we dive into it, I wanted to give a huge shout out to Xoxo, who are kindly sponsoring today's video. If you haven't heard of Xoxo before, they make the most amazing, gorgeous, stunning phone cases, and they just launched their tarot-inspired phone cases. So if you're curious to explore the luminous enigma, they have these gorgeous sun and moon-inspired tarot card phone cases, which are super well made, and they also feature the Magic Stand Pro, which is my favorite part about these cases. It has 360-degree rotation, which makes it super versatile and easy to hold, and it also supports your phone to stand in any position, which is so convenient. The Magic Stand also seamlessly folds back into the case, making it easy to fit into your pocket or into your bag, and it also works with any MagSafe charging device. The sun symbolizes light, it symbolizes new beginnings, prosperity, stepping into your own inner confidence, and the moon symbolizes intuition, trust, embracing change, and following your own inner guidance. And both of these gorgeous cases can serve as a reminder to shine your inner light or to follow your inner guidance. They also have two other designs. Let the Sunshine Heal You is a reminder of the sun's restorative power, and Embrace the Unknown is a reminder to trust your inner feelings and guide you during times of uncertainty. Not only are these cases beautiful, they also serve as really nice subconscious reminders that you can take with you throughout your day in order to evoke more of your own inner confidence. Like whenever I look at my sun phone case, it reminds me, okay, step into your light, step into your power, step into your confidence. Or if I'm using the moon case, it reminds me of my own power of my intuition, to follow my inner guidance, to listen to my inner guidance, and to trust myself more. And you can explore the luminous enigma and get your own tarot-inspired phone case by clicking the link down below in the description box and using the code GEM10 to get your own special discount. These cases have definitely become my personal favorites. They're the only cases that I use now, especially because the Magic Stand Pro is so convenient, and I just love the designs of these phone cases, so I cannot wait for you to try them as well. Again, the link down below is in the description box, and thank you so much to Xoxo for sponsoring today's video, and without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right back into today's pick a card reading. Hello my loves, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we have a brand new pick a card reading all about what you are manifesting within the next 30 days. This is a timeless reading, so that means whenever it finds you, whenever you click on it, that is when it's going to be relevant for you. And the way that this video works is I use my intuition to connect with guides and spirits of 100% pure white light to bring you information that's for your highest good. And I use the tarot cards and the oracle cards to bring through that information. And in today's video, we have 4 different groups, and you're gonna use your intuition to choose one of these 4 different groups. Occasionally, your intuition may call you towards multiple groups, and that just means that there's multiple messages for you within today's video. So you would go ahead and tune into all of the groups which your intuition is calling you towards. But most of the time it's gonna call one, like one of them is gonna stand out amongst the rest, and that's your intuition speaking to you. And your intuition is a 6th sense. It knows exactly which group is going to be relevant for you based on the energy that is coming through, because your intuition can permeate through time. It knows exactly which pile is going to hold that relevant information for you, which pile is going to resonate with your energy and bring you the information that you need to hear right now, all about what you are currently manifesting within the next 30 days. If you need help with tapping into your intuition, most of the time it's gonna work through visually looking at the groups. Perhaps there's one that's just gonna stand out to you amongst the rest. That's your intuition speaking to you, and that's of course the group that you would then go ahead and tune into. And then there's timestamps linked down below in the comment box as well as the description box, so that you can easily navigate to your personal reading all about, again, what you're manifesting in the next 30 days. If visually tapping into the groups is not working for you, another method that I love to use is I go over the groups with my hand and I just feel into the energy that I feel within that pile, within that group, and I just sort of sense which one seems to stand out. Which one do I feel magnetized towards? Which one just gives me a sort of different sensation that it just feels like, maybe there's something within that group for me. That's your intuition speaking to you. And again, sometimes your intuition is going to call you to multiple groups, and that's totally okay. Again, it just means that there's multiple messages for you in today's video. So you'd go ahead and tune into all of the groups in which you feel intuitively drawn towards. But those are the 2 different ways that you can visually, or You can either visually or use your hand to tap into your intuition to find out which group is calling towards you the most. That is the top 2 methods that I use when I need to tap into my intuition during one of these videos. So that's of course what you can do. I know some of you also like to choose with crystals, so I'm going to go ahead and give you a close-up of each of the crystals that we have for today so that you can use your intuition that way too, if that is what you prefer. So over on group number 1, we have this beautiful piece of Aqua Aura Quartz. So if you find yourself drawn to this crystal or to group number 1, then that is going to be your pile that's going to reveal all that information for you. Group number 2, we have this beautiful Sunset Aura Quartz crystal. So if you find yourself drawn to group 2 or to this Sunset Aura Quartz, then that's going to be your pile. Then group number 3, we have this beautiful piece of Madagascar Rose Quartz. So if you find yourself drawn to this one, then that's going to be your pile. And then over on group number 4, we have this beautiful piece of Opalite. So if you find yourself drawn to group 4 or to this Opalite, then that is going to be your pile. And then, of course, you can pause the video to take all the time that you need to find out which pile you're the most intuitively called towards. And then, of course, there's those timestamps so you can skip right ahead to your personal reading. And I cannot wait to get into this video with you. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into it. All right, my group number 1s, if you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading all about what you're manifesting within the next 30 days. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. Okay, so my group 1s, we're gonna start off with your Astro Dice and let's see what we get, what you are manifesting. Ooh, we have Uranus in Capricorn in the first house. Ooh, group 1s. So the first house deals with the self and it deals with your identity, your self-image, who you are. So the next 30 days, I really feel like you're discovering and reinventing a new you, especially because we have Uranus, which is all about reinvention. It's about shifts, it's about changes, major shifts, major changes. And so it seems like there's something that you are manifesting right now where you are creating a new you, perhaps a new identity, perhaps a new version of you, perhaps a new version that you want to step into because maybe you're just over who you used to be and you're kind of like, I need some change, I need some shifts. Or maybe you're kind of like, I need to focus on me. I need to focus on what I want. I need to focus on my goals. So I feel like the next 30 days is a very personal transformation time for you. And also a time where you're going to be very focused on just you, yourself, your wants, your needs, and you're going to be putting yourself first. Okay. And being in the zodiac sign of Capricorn, this is the zodiac sign of productivity, really climbing the ladder, climbing the mountain. If there's some sort of big challenge that you're trying to get over. It could be a personal challenge. It could be personal growth that you're desiring, or it could even be a big manifestation that you desire to achieve. And Capricorn is climbing to the top of that achievement or climbing over that big hill, that big hurdle that might have felt like it was in the way for you. So there's definitely going to be some big changes on a personal level taking place within the next 30 days. And I almost feel like you may even go through a time of reinventing yourself on a mental, physical, and emotional level. And let's go ahead and see what else we get for you, my group 1s, all about the next 30 days, what you are manifesting. We have 9 of Wands being reversed, 2 of Wands being reversed, 10 of Pentacles being reversed. Okay, so there's something where there might have been something that you wanted to achieve, and this is your month where I need to step outside of my comfort zone to get there. Because whenever 2 of Wands comes up reversed, it sort of talks about the hesitation about taking a leap on something, the hesitation about saying yes, or diving in, or stepping outside of your comfort zone into a new realm, into a new chapter, into something that, I don't know, maybe made you nervous before, or yeah, it's you're stepping outside of a comfort zone within the next 30 days. 9 of Wands being reversed. There might have been a fear of getting hurt. There might have been a fear of rejection. There might have been a fear of judgment. There could have just been a fear of letting go of what you've experienced in the past, because 9 of Wands, it talks about when we've experienced twists or turns or different hurdles in our past that might have kept us a little bit more hesitant on stepping into our future in the way that we want to. But it seems like these next 30 days are really calling you to really do that. And then the 10 of Pentacles being reversed as well. There's like success that you really are trying to achieve. You're trying to achieve a more solid foundation. You're trying to achieve something that you're going to be really proud of, like to feel confident, to feel solid, to be really proud of who you are, to be really proud of your achievements. And I feel like this is the month where you are kind of doing a lot of shifts and changes where you're getting more into alignment with creating that more solidity, that deeper, solid foundation, and knowing that you're going to achieve what your goals are. We also have Ace of Pentacles being reversed that showed up, and we also have the Knight of Swords. So there's going to be some quick, impulsive action over the next 30 days. There could even be like a new opportunity or a new thing that's kind of coming in within these next 30 days that requires you to take swift, quick action, or it's just something that kind of comes out of the blue for you. This could also be like an idea where you're just like, you know what, I'm just going to dive right in. I'm just going to do it. It's sort of one of those more impulsive things that maybe we've been putting something off for a while, but it's been in the back of our head. These next 30 days, I feel like there's just going to be this, you know what, I'm going to do it. Today's the day I'm going to do it. And then you just go, you just do it. And I feel like you're going to make a lot of progress. And I feel like it's going to help you propel past certain hurdles that you've had. It's going to help you propel forward and kind of gain more solidity, gain more confidence. And it's going to help you feel more in alignment because of that. So let's go ahead and see what else we get for you here, my group ones. All about what else you're manifesting within these next 30 days. So we also have feel emotions coming up for you. So these next 30 days, I also feel like you're perhaps working through something, like working through old emotions from your past, getting past fears, getting past doubts, getting past personal blocks that you felt that you had. This could also be a great time for an emotional release within these next 30 days where all of a sudden you feel so much more in alignment, where you feel so much more clear. There could even be an important conversation that you end up having that allows you to have a really big emotional release, that allows you to let something go. Ooh. There's going to be a big emotional release that you have. Like this could even be anxiety. This could even be stress. This could even be like any sort of emotion that you've been sort of carrying with you that you don't really want there anymore. These next 30 days are offering a window of being able to really let it go. And then look at how free she is. Look at how her heart is just shining with gold. Like she feels in alignment. She's feeling herself. She's feeling cleared and cleansed. And even if you look at these cards, like this one has more of a night sort of energy about it where it's a bit more dark. But then this one's like the sun is shining. She feels radiant. She feels like really happy. So I really feel like you're also going to be letting things go emotionally that have been maybe weighing on you or holding you back. Perhaps even old emotions from like a old self-image. We also have reclaim your body. So also over these next 30 days, there could be something you're doing for your body where you just feel so much more in tune with yourself. Like you might be focused on diet or exercise or renewing your style or putting more effort into yourself or giving yourself more love, giving yourself more patience. And doing things that are going to really make you feel more balanced. So I absolutely see that happening within these next 30 days. I also feel like you're going to be more happy with like where your body's at. So if any of you have needed to make any sort of transformation on a personal level when it comes to your body, these next 30 days, I feel like you're going to see quite a bit of progress with that, where you're going to be very proud. You're going to be very happy with where you're at. Maybe you're taking care of your body in a new way. doing things that bring your body more into balance, more into harmony, even emotionally and mentally, but also physically. Whatever hurdles that you've felt stuck by or bound by before, I feel like you're really overcoming those. And let's see what else we get for you. I feel like this card wants to come out. So we also have the Thinker. And then let's get another one. We also, angel number 44 is showing up, by the way. Angel number 44, which is all about foundation, creating a new, more solid foundation, a new solid routine or pattern or habit that you're going to be really proud of yourself for creating. If there's any important conversations that you need to have with other people, I feel like those are going to turn out much better. It's going to help you gain the clarity that you need. It's going to help you get the resolve that you need. I feel like there's going to be forgiveness and understanding happening between you and somebody else in your life that maybe you felt like you needed to really talk to. Maybe you felt like you had a lot of things to say. Also 44 and 8, by the way. 4 and 4 equals an 8. So we have 8 energy coming through for you as well. The 4s are all about your foundation, creating a sense of security, creating solid habits, solid routines. It's all about self-improvement, climbing that ladder, doing the things that make you feel productive, that make you feel secure and safe, and kind of like, it's like setting the foundation to climb higher in your life, setting the foundation to reach higher goals. Then the 8s are all about infinite potential, and it's the number of abundance, the number of receiving, the number of the harvest, getting to reap the rewards of all of your hard work. So within the next 30 days, you're also going to be manifesting getting rewarded for the hard work that you're putting in right now. Whatever challenges that you're trying to overcome, whatever things that you're trying to do or achieve or get to or complete, you're going to be rewarded for those. The rewards of that are going to come through within these next 30 days. And I feel like you're going to feel so much more like achieved. You're going to feel achieved. That's the word that's coming through. You're going to feel achieved. Like, oh man, I'm so proud of myself for doing that. The Thinker as well. Whatever's been on your mind, I feel like you're using your brain power a lot on something. Like, what are you using your brain power a lot on right now? Because I feel like whatever you've been really focused on, whatever you've been really putting in a lot of thought and energy towards, you're going to reap the benefits of that within these next 30 days. Perhaps you're going to finish a book that you've always wanted to finish a course, finish a project that you're working on. You're putting a lot of thought, you're putting a lot of effort into it. Perhaps you're also calling in more clients, more people to you, for those of you that maybe work in a sort of industry or business where you need clients or you need help or you need other people's attention in order to, make money or things like that. I also feel like you're going to be calling in that. Letting go of old fears, old kind of just negative emotion, old doubts that you had, and calling in the people that perhaps you're really wanting in order to kind of succeed or reach your next level. We also have transmute coming through. So transmuting old emotions, transmuting old energies, changing something, finishing something, completing something, like the worker bee. Look at, he's like holding this and it's sort of like a finished product. Like, oh, here, this is what I've been working on. Or, oh, here, this is the new me. There's something physical that you are creating, something physical that you're proud of. Like physical, tangible progress is happening. Where it's almost like you're presenting something like, here we go, here it is, it's done. Or it could even be on a personal level, like reaching a sort of fitness goal that you want to reach, or like a physical health milestone that you wanted to reach. Or again, it could be like a work project or something like this, but you're really taking what's in your mind right now and creating it into the physical reality. And we also have the love, so there's going to be a lot more passion, there's going to be a lot more excitement. And in fact, I feel like within these next 30 days, there's going to be something that you're quite passionate about, that you're passionate to talk about, where you're like, hey, this is really exciting. I have exciting news that I'm stoked to share. I have this exciting thing that I'm so proud of. And there's this inner proudness, this inner sense of love, this inner sense of like, man, I did it. Look at what I did. Look at where I came. and look at the result. So let's go ahead and get any last information on this group for you, just to see what else we can get for you, my group number ones. So we also have this card coming through. Of course, my nails are not gonna let me pick this up. So we have, what are you grateful for today? So if you could think about something that you're grateful for today. What are you grateful for right now? Because whenever we express gratitude, whenever we feel gratitude, it helps us move forward, because we get into like that higher level of consciousness, higher frequency, higher vibration, and it really helps us expand our mind. It really helps us expand our energy to be able to move forward. We also have one that's totally turned over in here. Okay, we have trust is a muscle. Allow yourself to let go and know that what is coming, or know that what is meant for you is coming. So what is meant for you is on its way. You can never not achieve something that's meant for you. Because of course, if it's meant for you, it's meant for all of who you are, all the mistakes that you make, all the hurdles that you end up going through, all the challenges that you have to overcome. Whatever is meant for you will always be. And so trust in that. Trust in your inner guidance system, that it's guiding you there, even through the challenges, even through the obstacles, right? And the challenges and obstacles are like part of the journey. It's part of the growth. Like whenever we make a movie, we only make movies where it's like the main character has to overcome some sort of challenge or obstacle. And why do we do that? Because that's the most inspiring kind of story. That's where you get the most development. That's where you get the most like buildup of excitement. That's where you get the most transformation within that character, which helps you connect with that character. Like the challenges and obstacles that you're facing right now, this is all just part of that development that's like leading you to a new space. We also have the card pay attention coming through. I felt like that one at the bottom wanted to come out. So it says pay attention. So pay attention. If there's times that you are kind of drifting away during this reading, maybe go back and listen to those parts that maybe you weren't fully present for, because maybe there's some information in there for you. And then also pay attention to your body, pay attention to your inner guidance system. Where is it guiding you? What are you motivated to do? What is that inner calling that you have? Pay attention to it. Then we also have the card of stop apologizing for your feelings. I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but stop apologizing for your feelings. Your feelings are valid. Don't apologize for them. We can explain things, in ways where it's just like, you're not a burden for your feelings. I don't know who needs to hear that right now, but you're not a burden for your feelings. Your feelings are valid. You're a human. Imagine if you had one of your best friends, if they just kept apologizing for their feelings, but they really wanted to express something. What would you tell them? You'd probably be like, hey, stop apologizing. Like, tell me how you really feel. Like, I really care about you. Tell me how you feel. Don't apologize for it. Right? So don't apologize for your feelings. You're completely valid for having feelings. Talk about them, own them, right? And then we also have, I give myself permission to release any guilt, shame, or regret. I give myself permission to release any guilt, any shame, or any regret. I give myself permission to release it. And upon releasing that, oh my gosh, that's when you can feel those emotions. That's where you can let them go. Oh, that's where you can reclaim your body, reclaim yourself, reclaim your energy, transmute the old emotions and put it forward and make something out of it, right? So I really feel like you're going through a big transformation right now. My group number ones, I almost said group threes, that's weird. My group ones, this is all about your next 30 days and what you are currently manifesting. I do feel like there's gonna be really great connections that manifest out of the conversations that you're gonna be having, like really good forgiveness, connection, understanding, and then also calling in possible people, clients, for whatever it is that you're working on, if you're working on some kind of project or something like this, and then also just so much more heartfelt emotion and moving forward and kind of getting to goals and really believing in yourself and seeing progress in those big dreams that you have. So that is what we have for you, my group number ones. I also just want to say, since you chose Aqua or Quartz, this is all about using your voice, by the way. So stop apologizing for your emotions, use your voice, okay? Aqua or Quartz, that's why you're drawn to this group. It's because you're meant to use your voice. You're meant to feel your emotions. You're meant to release your emotions. You're not meant to hold them down, hold them within. Let's transmute those emotions and let's set our heart on fire about something. Let's get motivated. Let's use our emotions as motivation. Okay, so that is what we have here for you. I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my group number twos, if you chose this pile, this is going to be all about what you're manifesting within these next 30 days. So let's go ahead and see what that is for you. All right, my group twos, let's begin with your Astro dice. And let's see what you are manifesting in these next 30 days. We have Mercury in Virgo in the 6th house. Ooh, this is a productive time. This is a really productive time. This is like reorganization, getting things together, finishing anything that is still on your plate. This is gonna be a productive time. Mercury talks about the quick tasks that we have, or the promises that we've made, or the things that are in our routine or schedule, or errands that we have to run, projects that we're working on. Mercury deals with the mind and communication and the voice and writing and even quick travel here and there, meetings that you might have, networking connections that you might have, like all of that. And then Virgo, oh, Mercury is also plans too. So plans that you might have, things that you're planning out, things that you're making intentions for, all of that. Virgo is the zodiac sign of productivity, organization. It's also ruled by Mercury, which has also an expression of communication, of writing. It also has an expression of healing. It also has an expression of like anything that was chaotic or up in the air or all over the place. It's sort of like refining it, making it beautiful, making it perfect. If there's anything in your life right now that feels kind of chaotic, whether that's a schedule or like a project that you're working on that just seems all over the place, or even your head or your mind that seems all over the place, or whatever the case may be, just work or bills or, you know, errands, things that are just kind of like, oh, I have all this stuff. The next 30 days, you're really refining it. You're making it beautiful. Even if you have ideas right now or things that you're planning that just seem kind of chaotic all over the place, they're just unsure, you know, we really just need to like organize. We need to get things down. We need to get things clear. We need to get it looking beautiful, perfect, and refined, polished, and all of that. Things are going to get polished. Things are going to get beautiful. They're going to get shiny. The 6th house is connected to Virgo, actually, so it's also connected to the mercurial energy. But the 6th house is the house of productivity. It's the house of being of service to other people. It's the house of work, career, getting things done, getting on top of things. It also talks about your schedule and your routine. It also talks about health. It's the house of health. So if there's anything health-wise that you're wanting to work on, if there's anything health-wise that you want to perfect, perhaps you're wanting to also be more conscious of your diet and your health in that way, or your fitness. Maybe you're wanting to get more polished with your routine, with your body, perhaps wanting to get somewhere in your career. I feel like you're setting really intentional goals, or even you have really intentional goals right now, but perhaps our schedule's been all over the place and maybe we haven't seen the progress that we want. But there's certain things that I feel like you're really wanting to do, chaos that you're wanting to kind of solve. And in the next 30 days, oh my goodness, you're gonna feel really clean and clear and polished is the best way I can describe it. Clean, clear, and polished. We also have Page of Cups being reversed. Okay, there's ideas that you have. Page of Cups is, when we look at it, it's a boy with a fish in a cup, which, like, how often do you get a fish in a cup? And he's by the ocean, right? So what this symbolizes is like this young boy who takes a cup and he goes into the ocean to kind of like get his own, you know, piece or slice of the ocean, to kind of observe it, to kind of get his own ideas, his own kind of inspirations, like what's my next step? And then all of a sudden he brings up the cup and there's a whole fish. He caught a freaking fish, okay? So what I feel for you is that perhaps if there's been a lack of inspiration, or if your emotions have been feeling drained, your cup has been drained. Maybe it's been drained of creativity. Maybe it's being drained of the motivation or the time to do these things. The next 30 days is going to bring you a window where all of a sudden you kind of go back out there and you try again. And there's this energy of like trying again. Then all of a sudden you get it. And then all of a sudden you are the boy with the fish in the cup, where you're just like, oh, I have the idea. I have the inspiration. Like, this came out of the blue. What are the chances of this? that's the energy of the Page of Cups. Like, what are the chances of this? This is like really cool, and now I have a big story to tell, right? Now I have a big story to tell, and the reason why it's showing up reverse is because I feel like right now, as you're watching this, perhaps you've been trying to get that inspiration. Perhaps you've been trying to get that fulfillment. Perhaps you've been trying to get that clarity, that time back. Perhaps you've been like fishing for something that you haven't caught yet. Perhaps you're looking for your next step. You're looking for your next idea. You're looking for like the answer. And then we also have Ace of Swords popping up. You're looking for the answer, and that's your energy right now. But I feel like within the next 30 days, you're manifesting that answer. You're manifesting the fish to pop up out of the blue, the fulfillment to come in, the answer to come in. And then of course we have Ace of Swords, which also talks about getting the answer that you're seeking. The Ace of Swords is when all of a sudden the answer becomes really clear. We gain the clarity that we've been wanting and needing. It also helps us cut to the point. It helps us cut away unnecessary things. So if you currently have promises or obligations within your schedule that you're kind of just like, you know what, this is not serving me. It's not serving what I actually want. It's not serving where I want to go and who I want to be and what I want my life to be like. And I feel like you're gaining the courage to say no to those things, to cut them away, because what is the sword? It cuts things away. It helps us cut to the chase. It helps us cut to the point. It helps us gain clarity. It helps us pinpoint exactly what we've been seeking, helps us find that answer, but it also helps us cut away the BS. It helps us cut away the things that no longer need to be there. And so these next 30 days, I just feel like you're kind of calling your voice back, your power back, the ability to communicate clearly, the ability to say what it is that's actually on your mind, the ability to say no, the ability to also say yes, the ability to also communicate and reach out to the people and kind of like make those bold moves that maybe we feel like we need to make. Perhaps there's things that we do want to schedule in. Maybe we want to schedule in help. Maybe we want to ask for help. Maybe we want to reach out to somebody and gain clarity on something. This card is all about getting the energy to do that, getting the courage to do that, because the Ace of Swords is very much about courage as well, like the courage to say no, the courage to say yes, the courage to get to the pinpoint, the courage to cut away, the courage to make an agreement too, because the Ace of Swords also talks about signing contracts. It talks about, again, saying yes or saying no, but it's gaining the clarity on what do you want? Do you want to say yes or do you want to say no? We also have the Devil being reversed, which is actually my favorite position for this card to show up in, because the next 30 days, what is coming for you? Freedom. The freedom to be you, the freedom to escape whatever you've been chained by, the ability to see things clearly, to also cut away. Oh, to free yourself. What are you freeing yourself from? There is something that you are deeply freeing yourself from. This could be freeing yourself from like, oh, I felt like I had to be chained to this. I felt like I had to be stuck in this. There's something that you currently feel chained by, stuck by, restricted by. What in your life is currently feeling restrictive? And why do you feel like you can't break free from that? Because the next 30 days, you're going to gain the answer of how to break free from that. You're going to gain the answer on how to get your time back, how to get more fulfillment in your life, how to create more ease, getting ideas out of the blue that currently you're just not seeing right now. But that's okay. That's okay, because in the next 30 days, you're going to see them. You're going to find them. Those answers are going to come for you. So that's totally great. And then the Devil being reversed is amazing, because you're really breaking the chains off of whatever you felt restricted by. And then the Devil also talks about illusions that we've been sucked into or stuck under, illusions about like, oh, I can't because of this, or illusions such as like, oh, well, I'm stuck to this person, or I'm stuck in these circumstances, or it even talks about addictions too, like addictions to sugar, addictions to coffee, addictions to alcohol, addictions to toxic relationships, and all things like that. So whatever in your life falls under those categories, that where you feel either repressed or stuck in an addiction or something like this, I feel like you are gaining this strength, this courage to really cut through to a solution, to find a solution, to also cut away things that are, again, holding you back, break those old chains that have kept you stuck or addicted or oppressed or, yeah, just stuck. It's a stuck energy, but you're breaking free, you're becoming free. And then the Three of Wands showing up reversed here as well. Another thing for you within these next 30 days is I feel like you're gaining the courage to really take a leap, to move forward in a very big way. But also the Three of Wands being reversed as well. Within these next 30 days, I feel like you're actually going to be taking a few steps back to regarner your energy, to replan, to revise. Three of Wands being reversed here is giving me this revision energy. Revision. Give yourself time for revision, for renewal, and then see how the doors open for you from there. Because there's something like, it's like you're revising your routine, you're revising your schedule, you're revising your promises to yourself, you're revising your habits, and you're kind of taking a step back for a second in order to leap forward, if that makes sense. Sometimes we need to take a step back in order to fully leap forward. And what I see for you that's going to be happening is this major leap forward afterwards. And let's see what else we get for you, my group 2s, all about what is manifesting in these next 30 days. We also have flexible, so flexibility. This could be talking about like the literal flexibility of being able to move more easy, feeling more ease within your body, especially if you felt tension. If you have felt tension in your body, these next 30 days, I feel like you're finding ways to be flexible and to work around that. But flexibility can also talk about your schedule, your routine, your habits, being more flexible with yourself, being able to find ways and solutions around problems, around obstacles. Whenever we find more flexibility within our mind, within our emotions, and within our physical environment, our physical reality, and our physical body, it just makes life so much more easy. And so I feel like your life is getting easier because you're becoming more flexible in all of those aspects, in all of those ways. And I also feel like your time is going to be easier and you're finding ways to be more flexible about your time. Like maybe you have certain obligations right now that are kind of feeling like they're restricting you from something, but I feel like you're finding your way to be flexible. You're finding your way to work around that. You're finding your way to kind of get where you want to go, regardless of the obstacles, challenges, and adversities that are in your way. We also have truth be told that's showing up here. So this is about opening up your heart, being able to be fully open, to being able to tell the truth, especially if you felt like fear around the truth or even fear around finding out the truth about something. Like you're going to find your answers. You're going to find your clarity. You're going to feel like your voice is more clear, to use your voice in a more clear way. Okay? Truth be told is allowing you to speak more clearly, but also about finding the truth. And then let's see. Gaining clarity. Like gaining clarity is like a really big theme for you, my group 2s. Gaining clarity, gaining the answers that you've needed, gaining the solutions that you've needed in order to solve the current problems or challenges that you might be facing in your life. Like those solutions are coming through. We also have poised. Poised is coming through. So this is when we feel so much more like achieved. When I look at this, it almost looks like you're going to feel like an achievement. Because this is reminding me of like an award. Like it kind of looks like an award for me. There might be some sort of award you're getting or even achievement that you're reaching that perhaps you've wanted to reach for quite some time. You're going to feel very achieved. Poised as well is making me feel like there's much more confidence. You feel like you're in a much better position in your life. So these next 30 days, you're going to feel like very on top of things, like a much better foundation below you, a much better position where you feel poised enough to kind of like rise higher, to kind of do the things that you really want to do because you're going to be at a better position yourself. And then because of that, it's just like this feeling of award, this feeling of accomplishment. And let's see what else we get here for you. So we also have the Seeker coming through, and I also feel like these two cards. want to come through as well. So we have the Seeker. Currently, whatever it is that you've been seeking, also this card wants to come out too. Sacred Sexuality. Okay, so the Seeker, Sacred Sexuality. We also have Death and the Outlaw. Whenever we have the Outlaw showing up, there's something that you are releasing from your life. Perhaps even the courage to kind of like be unique, regardless of what other people think or say about you. That could be another theme of the Outlaw. And then Sacred Sexuality, being much more conscious, much more aware of how you spend your time, your energy, your passion, your love. Like it's kind of being more conscious of what you choose or who you choose to let into your energetic field. Sacred Sexuality doesn't just deal with literal sexuality, it also deals with just our creativity and our personal time and seeing ourselves as more sacred and not just giving ourselves away to people, places, things, times, obligations, and other things like that that don't really fully resonate with us or don't have our best interest at heart. The Seeker as well, whenever we have teeth show up, it talks about self-worth. And since we have these hands that are open, I feel like for you, you're welcoming in a deeper sense of self-worth into your life. The Death card talks about a major transformation and metamorphosis within yourself. The Outlaw, I feel like you're giving the boot to certain things, really gaining the courage to say no, really gaining the courage to even keep yourself in check for saying no. Like imagine, like maybe you have certain, I don't know, like habits that you're just like, oh, I hate that I always do that. I always regret it afterwards. I feel like the Outlaw is like also the courage to really give the boot to those things, to kind of be more strict, but not in a restrictive way, more in like a better boundaries type of way. So I do feel like you're going to have better boundaries in your life. And let's go ahead and see any last information that we can get for you for today. Let's see. Oh, did a card just flip over? No. Okay. Let's see any last information that we can get for you from these little oracle cards to end us off here. My group twos. Any last information for my group twos, all about what you are currently manifesting during these next 30 days. I feel like these two cards want to come out. Unconditional love. Would you love them if they didn't love you anymore? Unconditional love. I also feel like you can ask yourself this inwardly. How can you continue to love yourself even if you've had mistakes that you don't like, or even if you've had aspects of yourself that you were hard on yourself for? Unconditional love. How can you love yourself anyway? I feel like that's an introspective question. My evolution is beautiful. Look at this card. Let's affirm that my evolution is beautiful. Your evolution is beautiful. And I feel like these next 30 days, you're going to really start to see and admire your evolution. You're going to admire how far that you've come, the changes that you've made. And then we also have bend, but do not break. Flexibility coming through. Bend, but do not break. If there's like even workouts that you're trying to get into that require more flexibility, like I feel like that's going to be really healthy for you. But anyway, bend but do not break. And the way that we do that is by being flexible. Okay, and then we also have this last card, which says they entered your life for a specific reason, to support you in a way that only they could. So there could be somebody in your life that has entered your life that is meant to be there to support you in a way that only they could during that time. Okay, so there's another affirmation for you. There's somebody that may have entered your life recently, or perhaps has been in your life, and they've been there to support you in a way that was unique, that you couldn't really find anywhere else. So that's another interesting affirmation coming through. Or you might be even seeing somebody like that over these next 30 days. Somebody like that might be coming into your life over these next 30 days to support you in a way that you really might need during these next 30 days or desire, and they're going to be there helping you and supporting you. So that is what we have here at my group number 2s. It definitely looks like you're becoming so much more organized, so much more polished, so much more refined within these next 30 days, and things are going to be so much more organized, so much more clear. Even you're going to gain so much clarity over these next 30 days. So that is what we have here for you. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my group number 3s, if you chose this pile, this is gonna be your reading all about these next 30 days and what you're manifesting. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. All right, my group 3s, let's begin with your Astro Dice here. And let's see what the Astro Dice have to say for you. So we have Mercury showing up in Leo in the 12th house. So Mercury, which is the planet of communication, the mind, thinking, networking, short, quick errands, plans that you're making, plans that you're thinking of, intentions that you're making, all of that kind of stuff. That is mercurial energy. Being in Leo, which is the zodiac sign of the heart, about radiance, it's about confidence, it is a little bit about the ego as well. So really kind of stepping up into you, stepping up into your power, noticing your own light, your own identity. And it's also very much an action-oriented zodiac sign. And then being in the 12th house, which is all about the mind, creativity, the subconscious, art, crafts. It's also about like deep subconscious aspects of ourselves. So over these next 30 days, what I'm seeing for you is you are going to be wiring in more confidence deeply into your subconscious. Like, for example, if you've been wanting more confidence, or if you've been wanting to be much more of a clear communicator, kind of step up more into your light, step up more into your power, communicate with more confidence, communicate with more clarity, take action in a very confident kind of way. The 12th house deals with our programs, like our subconscious programs, things that we were taught, or belief systems that we might have about ourselves and about how we show up in the world. That's going to be shifting for you over these next 30 days. Like, there's going to be instances, things that happen, realizations that you have that are trickling down into your subconscious and helping you step more into your confidence, helping you step more into your power, into a more clear space mentally, with your communication, with what you're planning. Maybe if you have certain plans, okay, but perhaps you really need to kind of find more confidence to take action on those plans. The next 30 days is really helping you open up a window to kind of gain more of those experiences, more of those belief systems that help you kind of program your mind to feel more confident, to feel more prepared, to feel more ready. And let's see what else we get here for you over these next 30 days. What else is going to be happening? I also see creativity. I just want to say, Mercury being in the 12th house in Leo, I see like a sense of creativity coming through for you. And let's see what else we have. We also have the waning crescent moon and the waning gibbous. Waning, both waning moons. So this is when the moon is, when it's not growing, it's waning, right? It's lessening. So the waning gibbous moon, releasing, gratitude, nurture, and then acts of service. Then the waning crescent is surrender, restore, reflection, intuition, and stillness. So perhaps the next 30 days, or even right now as you're watching this, you might feel a little bit more internal. You might kind of feel a little bit more like you're wanting to do some inner self work, some inner shifts, some inner changes. Like, I feel these next 30 days, you might be spending a little bit more time alone, but the reason being is because you're like deeply working on yourself. You're deeply working on releasing old insecurities. You're deeply working on releasing things that used to hold you back. Making time to really say like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to step into this. And it's like you're finding your light, you're finding your power over these next 30 days. Releasing things that no longer serve you, releasing old habits, releasing old beliefs or ideas or identities that no longer serve you, and kind of being more of service to yourself. This is a time of like great reflection as well for you. And let's also take out our tarot deck and let's see what else we can get for you here. All about your next 30 days and what is manifesting for you. Definitely a lot of like internal shifts, especially since we had the 12th house come out. This is like a lot of internal shifts. But let's see what else we get for you. So my group number 3s, what are you manifesting in the next 30 days? 3 of Swords. There's something that maybe emotionally you are releasing. This, again, could be insecurities, but it could also be like anything that you were still stuck on from the past, something that maybe didn't work out, something that maybe made you feel kind of like not great. If you felt like there's been a cloud that's been raining on you, or even things that you've been working through emotionally, these next 30 days is like you really being able to release that, to also heal. These next 30 days, I feel like it's a big healing time for you, my group 3s, big healing time. And we also have 7 of Pentacles showing up as well. You are going to be healing. And through that healing, you're going to be able to take that newfound self, that new reborn self, and use it to nurture and water the new ideas that you have, the new kind of, there's gonna be new inspirations coming through for you, my group 3s, brand new inspirations. These next 30 days are a massive healing release, but then through that healing and release, there's also like this nurturing that's coming through, this ability to nurture yourself, to give yourself what you need, to spend that time alone, but it's gonna be the most nourishing thing for you. I feel like a lot of you, my group 3s, have been craving time alone, time to rejuvenate, time to recharge, because that's gonna be what makes your light shine again. Like I feel like there's this kind of closing energy, closing out an old chapter, but then also this releasing, this letting go. And then through that, it's like, oh, I'm able to reset. I'm able to recharge. I'm able to rejuvenate. And the 7 of Pentacles is like, look at, she's watering her plant. I feel like this is you doing things that bring you that genuine sense of healing, that genuine sense of like, oh, I'm really giving to myself. I'm giving back to myself. This is making me feel good. And you're able to like look at the progress of something and feel really good about it and be like, I want to continue doing this because, like I'm getting that you're going to get a new habit actually, especially with Mercury showing up. There's going to be new habits that you start to do over these next 30 days. Perhaps new hobbies that you even start to take up over these next 30 days. And you're going to realize how healing they are, how amazing it is to have something, even if it's small, that how it just mentally rejuvenates you, puts you at so much of a better place. And it's something that you get to have for yourself that mentally recharges you. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel purposeful. It makes you feel fulfilled. And I also see you making time to nurture yourself, to really give to yourself. So rather than feeling negative and kind of just like not doing anything about it, it's sort of like we start taking up different opportunities, different ideas where we're like, I'm going to try this for a little bit and I'm going to try that. And like, oh, that made me feel really fulfilled. I think I want to try that again. I think I want to do that again. I think I might want to make that a daily part of my routine. Some of you might even get into a plant hobby or growing something or putting your time, energy, and effort towards something to grow it, to watch it become something. If you've been feeling down about anything because maybe you've been lacking progress in something, these next 30 days, you're going to start seeing progress. You're going to really see that progress. You're going to see that life start to sprout. Because the plants also symbolize intentions that start off as seeds, right? So we've planted an intention. We've planted a seed. Then we need to nurture that seed. Then eventually we're going to see it grow, and it's going to grow a little bit, and then maybe it might stunt in its growth for a little bit, and then we need to be like, okay, what do I need? What do you need? Oh, wait, you need a bigger pot, or you need more water, you need more sunlight, you need this, you need that. So we adjust along the path, we adjust along things in order to keep it going. And then eventually we get to the point where that plant grows flowers and then it fruits. And then we get to enjoy the fruits of our labor. And that's kind of the harvest of when we accomplish. That's the symbolization of accomplishment. And so the Seven of Pentacles that's coming through is these next 30 days is you're going to really start to see progress. Yeah, and then Eight of Wands coming through as well. Progress is going to begin really start coming through over these next 30 days. The winds of change are upon you. Also new ideas that are coming in. You feeling more free, you feeling more whole. The Eight of Wands is also movement, when we stop feeling stuck and all of a sudden we start seeing that progress, we start seeing that movement. And I feel like you're going to see that within yourself, but I feel like your most inspiration is going to come through you doing those rejuvenating acts over the next 30 days, those healing actions that you can take that are going to help you fill your cup, that are going to help you keep growing, that are going to bring you back to a place of serenity, a place of peace and calm. And let's see what else we get for you here. Ooh, those two cards want to come out. So we have the Weaver and Nature. Ooh, Nature coming through. And we were just talking about nature. Perhaps a lot of you are going to be spending a lot more time in nature. And maybe it's going to be your way of mentally recharging, mentally getting back to a calm space. So you're also manifesting, I feel like, more free time, more free energy. And then the Weaver showing up here as well. I feel like you're also manifesting progress, manifesting a hobby that you love, weaving something together, weaving together an idea, putting the pieces together that you've needed, really getting that progress. If there's like a project that you're working on that requires your hands a lot, or requires expression in some way, I really see you making a lot of progress on that this month. And let's see what else we get for you here. My group threes. I feel like this card wants to come out. We have the Love Maker. So getting back to your passions these next 30 days. Getting back to a passionate place where you feel passionate about life. You feel the zest for life. Getting like reinvigorated, re-inspired. There's going to be some exciting things happening over the next 30 days that really put you into a really good mental headspace, emotional space, and like physical space. We also have the Messenger coming through as well. So there could also be, I feel like you're being guided by spirit for one. Like I really feel like this messenger is actually spirit. Although this could also be something happening in your physical reality, such as somebody inviting you to something. All of a sudden you come across or read something that sparks an idea in you, but there's a message that's going to be coming through. This could also be your own epiphanies, or even just guides or spirits that are going to be guiding you over these next 30 days, where you're being guided to more passion, more love, more healing. And then kind of like weaving together new ideas, a new path, something new that you can follow that's going to, again, reinvigorate you, open you up to more freedom. If you're planning for something in your future, such as like travel or plans for expansion, plans for change, plans for moving forward, plans for just sort of like a new vision, I feel like you're going to be weaving that together within these next 30 days, and it's going to feel really inspiring. It's going to feel really good. There could also be an important phone call or an important conversation that you have over these next 30 days that are going to help set you free. It's going to help open your wings to clarity. It's going to help bring you back to the joy of your life. It's going to help you release any old weight that you've been carrying and come back to like the natural flow of life where things are growing. You're able to receive. You notice the abundance that's around you. These next 30 days are going to bring you back to that space. So let's go ahead and see any last messages for my group threes, all about what you are currently manifesting in your life. I also feel like you're manifesting more freedom in general, freedom. And freedom is coming in through these next 30 days. Like the Eight of Wands that came through is really making me feel this energy of freedom. Freedom with your time, freedom with your schedule, freedom with your life, especially if you felt maybe restricted or restrained or held back or just not emotionally ready for like stepping into this new energy. Like the next 30 days, you're going to feel really emotionally ready and like you're stepping more into your freedom. And then we also have the card of what are you holding on to that you need to let go of? Then we also have the journey is the process. Yes, the journey is the process. The journey is the most beautiful of the processes. I just used this example in another group for a totally different reading that they had, but I feel like this is relevant for you, this same analogy. So the journey is the process, right? Whenever we make a movie or we write a book, we always, like the best movies, the best books are the ones where there's big adversity, or there's some sort of heartbreak, or there's some sort of like down period where the main character needs to like renew something or step up into their greatness or overcome some adversity, challenge, or obstacle in their life. And watching that, like those are the stories. You know, when they get to their big achievement, they get to their freedom, they reinvigorate the magic back into their life after some sort of adversity, things like that. Those are literally the stories that are the most inspiring. Those are the funnest stories to read. Those are the funnest stories to write. You know, not often do we pick up a book or pick up a movie where there's not any adversity. Things just happen perfectly. Things just happen amazing. There's no bad character. There's no challenge. There's no nothing. It's just a story of like imagine a story like the little girl went out into her garden, picked the flowers. They were beautiful. She came home, ate the good meal. End of story. We'd be like, okay, like that's really nice. That's nice to hear. But like, was I that pumped up? Was I that inspired? Was I that, you know, was I given that emotional kind of like contrast that made me go, oh my God, yes. No, not really. The stories that make us do that, like think about like Harry Potter and the crazy contrast that he had to overcome and go through and like all of that. Or the best love stories that we watch is like they go through some sort of heartbreak and then, you know, you're just like, oh, I'm really rooting for this character. And then all of a sudden they find the love of their life and you're like, oh my God, you know, like the journey is literally the process. Those are the parts of life, those are the chapters of life that give life the most meaning. They give life the most value. And so right now it's like Spirit is also really wanting you to know and to remember that the journey is literally the process. And although it might be uncomfortable at times, like those are literally the journeys that make the best stories. So, and then we also have nobody feels your heart like you do. So tap into your heart energy. What does your heart desire? What does your heart want? Like maybe there's something that your heart is calling you to do. It could be healing. It could be releasing. It could be doing things that are rejuvenating to you, kind of like letting go, listening to your intuition, kind of like canceling plans a little bit. Maybe even like taking a little bit of time off and just being like, you know what, let me rejuvenate myself. Let me give back to myself so that I feel like I can really sprout, so that I can really grow, so that I can really feel this sense of freedom back in my life. And I really feel like these next 30 days, that is what you're manifesting. You're manifesting time for you. You're manifesting time for healing, and you're manifesting time to like reinvigorate your spark, to recall back your freedom, to invite in more freedom into your life, and to really like step back into your passion and step back into life in the most magical of ways. So that is what we have here. My group number 3 is all about what you're currently manifesting over these next 30 days. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I'm sending you all so much love. Also, I just really quickly want to say, 7 of Pentacles. If you're trying to manifest more abundance in your life, or like the expansion of something, you're also manifesting progress with that these next 30 days. You're going to get the ideas, you're going to get the inspirations, you're going to get the know-how to begin growing and expanding your assets, expanding your vision, expanding your abundance. So I just wanted to point that out at the very end there. And that's what we have for you. I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye. All right, my group number 4s. If you chose this pile, this is going to be your reading all about what you're manifesting in these next 30 days. Let's go ahead and see what's in store for you. All right, so beginning with your Astro Dice, let's go ahead and see what you are currently manifesting into your life. So we have the 9th house, we have the South Node, we have Aquarius. Okay, so for one, you're going to be renewing your faith in yourself, your faith in your life, your faith in your vision, because the 9th house is all about like your philosophy, what you believe, and then Aquarius is like the innovation, discovering new things. So you might even be discovering like new philosophies over the next 30 days that help you kind of like renew your life. It also is going to help you like finish progress, or like old goals that you've had are going to like come to fruition. Old goals, because the South Node is about the old goals that we might have had. I'm also randomly hearing that if any of you have like a really like somebody from your past that might live far away, they might live in another country, they might live in another city, they just might live far away, or maybe you just haven't heard from them in quite some time. I do feel like you're also manifesting hearing from them again. And you're going to be hearing from somebody that you haven't heard from in quite some time. And then also kind of like renewing your faith in yourself, in your life, and feeling much more faithful. So let's go ahead and see what else we get for these next 30 days that you're going to be manifesting. So it definitely looks like somebody from your past is going to be coming back in, or you're going to be revisiting something from your past, someone from your past, and kind of like being able to hear from them again. And I do feel like it's going to be out of the blue. It's going to be a little bit more like unexpected, I feel like, especially with the Aquarius energy. I do feel like it's a little bit more unexpected. Knight of Swords, yeah. Oh my goodness, communication coming through. Somebody coming through with something to say. I feel like you're getting a really important message over these next 30 days from somebody. Somebody that you haven't heard from in quite some time. I also feel like there could be an idea, like a reinvigoration of an idea that you have that you're like, ooh, I'm excited to take action on that. But it's like quick action. It's sort of out of the blue. The Knight of Swords is very quick moving. It's very fast acting. Then we also have the Seven of Wands coming through as well. I also feel like you're going to be able to get a lot of things done that were maybe swept under the rug or swept under for a little bit, swept to the side. You're going to be able to get a lot of things done in this next month, because I also feel like this is a month where you're just like, ooh, I might have put that off for a while, and I need to get my ish together and finish these things up, because there's something where I feel like you're kind of almost rushed to finish it. What are you being rushed to finish? You're being rushed to finish something, and like the universe is like really saying like, hey, there's a deadline here that we need to meet. Let's go do it. Let's make it happen. And I feel like you're going to be able to make that happen. I feel like you're going to be able to manifest finishing it, getting on top of it, getting on top of something that you also felt behind on. So if you felt behind on your time, your schedule, your projects, your finances, behind on responding to emails, responding to people, I feel like you're getting on top of it in these next 30 days, and it's actually going to feel really good. It's almost like the winds of motivation are coming through that are just like, okay, let's go. Let's finish these things. Let's do these things. Let's handle it. So I also feel like that's going to be coming through. I also feel like the energy to really speak your mind about something to someone is coming through. So feeling on top, feeling like, okay, I'm going to say what I need to say. There's something that you're also going to be winning on. The Seven of Wands, there's this sort of winning energy, like getting on top of it. Getting on top of something that was maybe once nagging at you or bothering you. Being able to stand on top and be like, okay, I got it. It's done. It's handled. It's there. It's good. And then we don't have to worry about it anymore. So that sort of energy is coming through here as well for you. And let's see what else we get. We also have Strength card being reversed, Six of Cups being reversed. Something from your past is coming in the next 30 days. So you're manifesting, getting stuff done, but then also someone from your past, like hearing from somebody from your past. And this could also be you getting inspired to reach out to somebody from your past, but I feel like this is out of the blue for you. It could be out of the blue that you feel like, oh, all of a sudden I feel like reaching out to this person that I haven't talked to in a really long time, or all of a sudden they just hop up in your DMs out of the blue themselves. And then we're like, whoa, that's interesting. I feel like that's something that's happening. Also with the Strength card being reversed, I do feel like there's like an impulsive like impatience about something. There's an impatience. Like I really want to do this, or I really want to finish this, or I really want to know what this person has to say. I really want to, I want to know the result. I want to know the end goal. There's like a slight impatience about something that's kind of coming through right now with you. But let's add some more cards on this to gain some more clarity about what this is. I feel like pulling out these cards. So let's see, my group fours, what is this impatience that you are feeling? And what's going to be happening with that over these next 30 days? So we have the Fates. Okay, it's like wondering the result of something. Wondering the result. And then we also have the building blocks. Ooh, perhaps there's something that you're working on, or that somebody else is working on that you're waiting to see the results from. Like this could be a collaborative project. Building blocks could also be like, it's like the result the result, like getting to the finish line, getting to the result, getting to the end of something. There's some kind of like impatience, but maybe there's also like, if there's been procrastination on it or been putting it off, it's kind of like the next 30 days you're really manifesting like getting it done, getting to that result, getting to the finish line of it, seeing your final result. The fates as well, I feel like there's something that's fated to happen in these next 30 days. And I do feel like it's something to deal with, like someone from your past. It's kind of like fate that you guys ended up talking again, sort of like fate that you bumped into this person again, sort of fate that you were right here at the right time for something to happen. There's some sort of fated happenstance that's going to be occurring in the next 30 days where it's like you're in the right place at the right time for something magical to be kind of pieced together. The finishing of something, the completion of something. Sometimes it's a fate that we just like stumble upon the right information. We stumble upon the right answer that helps us put in that missing piece to finish building what we're building, to kind of help us reach that vision, reach that goal that we might have in mind. And let's see what else we get here for you. My group 4 is all about what you're manifesting in the next 30 days. Okay, we also have, I feel like this card wants to come out. I also feel like this card wants to come out. We have the Sovereign. So you're manifesting more freedom. Also Sacred Destruction. It's interesting we have building blocks and Sacred Destruction at the same time. So you are also going to be manifesting the breaking down, like breaking something down that maybe we need to like break it down in order to make it more clear. This could be like a really important conversation that we're just like destroying old inhibitions, old walls that have been standing in the way between us and this person that we might need to talk to, or even within our own business or our own career. Perhaps there's certain obstacles that we need to overcome, certain walls that we need to break through. Like this is like breakthrough type of energy and really coming back up into your power because of this breakthrough that you're having. This could also be mental breakthroughs, like mentally having a breakthrough with like a big epiphany that you get. And these stars remind me of some sort of epiphany or some sort of fate or some sort of thing that you've been wishing for, that all of a sudden it just like comes into your hands and you're like, it's the breakthrough that I've been waiting for. Breaking through those old building blocks and then being able to get to the finish line of something, being able to achieve something, kind of putting something together, getting those answers that you need. I know that I might be speaking in tongues right now, but Spirit is making this a little bit more vague, and maybe it's because it has to apply in many different ways. Since it's a general reading, maybe it's going to have to apply in certain different ways for, the different viewers watching this. But yeah, let's go ahead and see what else we get here for you. My group 4 is all about what you're manifesting. I also feel like with building blocks, like I keep thinking about house and home for some reason when I look at building blocks. House and home, like some of you might be building a home right now. Some of you might be like thinking about building something or constructing something, or even building blocks could even be like the building of a project, the building of an idea, the creation of a product. Building blocks is reminding me of those types of things. So if you're also working on that, I also feel like these next 30 days, you're kind of gaining those building blocks, those answers to kind of create that. We also have the Magic Maker, Captivate, Touch, Tantalize, Sense. So Magic Maker is when we step up into our creativity to be able to kind of like create something new or manifest something. There's something that's going to be captivating your attention these next 30 days that you're excited to experience. There's like an experience that you're waiting for. Like the excitement of like, oh, I can't wait to experience what it's going to be like when I get the final product that I've been working on, or I get the final plans for the house that I'm building. Or building blocks could also be, again, like something that you're manifesting into your future that you're like, oh, I can't wait to experience that. I can't wait to have that. It could also be the breakdown of a wall, getting to the other side of a wall and getting excited to experience what's on the other side. Kind of like the magic of like, ooh, I can't wait to see that. I can't wait to hold that. I can't wait to experience that. But then I'm also, again, feeling like Somebody from your past is coming back, and maybe you're going to be talking to them, and maybe there's going to be some sort of like interesting, captivating conversation that you have with someone from your past. Somebody that you bump into out of the blue again, or again, it could also be an idea from the past for some of you. I know I'm speaking in very general terms here, but again, it is a general reading. So a lot of the times we have to speak in general terms, but like it could be an idea from the past or somebody from the past that you're then kind of gaining the magic to make it come to life. Or running to somebody from the past that's going to kind of like help you break down old walls, break down old barriers, and kind of like destroy like old inhibitions that you've had, or like walls that you've put up, and it just allows you to kind of like come back to a faded moment of like, this is what is meant to be, and this is the divine timing. Like I feel like there was divine timing at play between you and this person, or you and this project, or it could be a layer of all of that kind of accumulating over these next 30 days. I do also feel like you're going to be, again, stepping into your power, stepping into more freedom, destroying anything within you that kind of made you feel unfree. Okay, let's see. Any last information for my group 4s about what you're manifesting within these next 30 days? Let's get any last information for you, anything else that wants to come through about what you're manifesting in these next 30 days. So we also have, what are some actions you can take to move this stagnant energy? What are some actions you can take to move this stagnant energy? So what have you been stagnant on? It could be something that you're even procrastinating on, or even something that you just feel like there's a stagnant energy, something's paused, something's not moving forward. What actions can you take to move that stagnant energy forward? And then take your darkest experiences and transmute them into light. So when we take a dark experience and we transmute it to light, for example, like an old dark experience, like, oh, I didn't like how I was hurt before in love, therefore I don't want to fall in love again. But how can we maybe take that old past experience and turn it to light? How can we maybe realize that, oh, because I've been hurt before, I actually have a deeper appreciation for relationships. I have a deeper appreciation for love because I'm realizing how sacred it is, how valuable it is. And I'm going to be more intentional with my next relationship and things like that. So how can you take your darkest experiences and transmute them to light? You can even take that with like dark experiences in work, like going through adversity and then maybe realizing that now you have more value to share because of that. So take your darkest experiences and turn them to light. And perhaps this card is also coming up because maybe somebody from your past, maybe there was like a falling out with somebody from your past, and then now you're going to be transmuting it into light during these next 30 days. And then all of a sudden it's just like, forgiveness and ease and comfort come back. Or an idea that maybe once failed. Then you're transmuting it into light and being like, you know what? I'm making it happen now. I'm not going to fail at this again. So it's taking that past experience, a past failure, a past obstacle, and literally just making it work, making it happen, transmuting it to light, transmuting it to something that's going to serve you, benefit you, be like an amazing aspect, an amazing experience. You're turning something that once didn't work out, something that wasn't in divine timing, and all of a sudden it is. It's fated. It's fated to happen now. It's fated to come to light now. It's fated to be renewed, be reborn now. So that is what's happening for you within these next 30 days for my group number 4s. Thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I hope this reading made sense for you. I know it's there was a little bit of like generalness within it, but I do feel like Spirit wanted this one to be general because Spirit is saying this is going to apply in many different ways to different people. So that is just how it came through today. But I thank you so much for joining me here for today's video. I'm sending you all so much love, and until next time, bye.